Welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about comprehensive defenses. It's going to have a wider variety of topics, so let's just jump right into it. Defenses against social engineering attempts. We've talked a lot about the social engineering techniques, but one specific thing that I keep repeating in all of those videos is verify the requests for sensitive information. Verify, verify, and verify. This will save you a lot of headache. If somebody's trying to gain access and they request it, or they're trying to be urgent, like, oh, I need access to my data, just request it with your boss or request it with the organization in turn, not with that individual. Multi-factor authentication devices. This protects your password. If somebody gain access to your password and try to use it without the multi-factor authentication device giving the code that you have to input after you put in the password, they can't get in. And then limit information shared online. I would actually expand this to limit information shared, period. Don't talk about the works that's confidential with other people. It's very dangerous and it can get a lot of people hurt. Next, we'll talk about broader cybersecurity defenses. Implementing strong access controls, meaning you're controlling who comes in and who comes out in the network. This will allow you to protect all the data in the network from unintended parties. Regularly update and patch software. Unpatched software is super vulnerable because they had more time to just kind of be out there. People have picked away at the vulnerabilities. They know what they need to do to get through. Updating these bits of software will allow all the new stuff to come in and they won't really know exactly where they should hit. Use firewall and antivirus programs. Firewalls prevent malicious people from coming in, malicious files from coming in, any kind of malicious data transiting into your network from coming in. Antivirus programs, if there's already a malicious file in your network, they will quarantine that and delete it. Next is network security practices. Use encryption to protect data in transit and at rest. I want to specifically talk about the transit and at rest part. Imagine you're the piece of data. You're going from home to work, right? While you're at the highway driving to your work or driving back home, you're in transit. You can encrypt data like this. It's kind of like tinting the windows in your car so nobody knows it's you driving. Obviously, this is illegal in real life. Don't tint your windows, but for data, it's not illegal. And at rest, as you can tell, at work or at home, you're not moving. You can encrypt that data too. So when somebody comes into the network that they're not supposed to be in, they'll have a really difficult time getting that data out. Monitor network traffic for unusual activities. Remember when I said something about strong access controls? That also means you'll have tools to monitor the traffic coming in and out. So you'll know when somebody tried to get in or did get in. It's a very, very important difference, but you'll be looking for both of those too. Segment your network to limit access. This comes into a broader topic, well, not a broader topic, a specific topic called segmentation. Segmentation is when you take multiple different networks or create multiple different networks so that if one is compromised, the others can keep working. Having everything in one big network is a really bad idea. If your network gets compromised, that means you shut down the entire organization's workflow and productivity for just one failure. Networking is a lot to do with segmenting, multiple different networks working together in tandem. If one fails, others can, take, the responsibility of the failed one. It's really helpful. It slows things down a little bit, but things keep going. Best practices for cybersecurity. Use strong and unique passwords for each account. I can't recommend this enough for just everybody. You don't have to be a cybersecurity analyst to do this. Just have a strong and unique password. You can even use the Google password generator. Just make sure you know exactly what it is. You write it down somewhere. Don't just leave it in your computer. Don't just leave it in your browser either. It's not going to be really helpful when you need it. Avoid clicking links and downloading attachments from suspicious sources. I think we've talked enough about this in phishing. Don't click links you don't know about. Don't fall for phishing traps. Just avoid these kinds of mishaps. It will prevent huge catastrophe. Backup data regularly and securely. This is a really important point. In cybersecurity, Backing up data is pretty much life and death. You might be doing something unique, like changing the network or anything like that. If you don't have anything to back up to, if something fails, you've completely crippled your network and you've crippled the organization that you're working with. Backups are super important. Always back up, heck, even back up twice, just in case. Security awareness. This is not more to do with you. It's actually more to do with the employees in the organization that you're working in. Training the employees to recognize social engineering. That means phishing or vishing or smishing, stuff like that, or eliciting information. Just, you have to test them. You'll be simulating phishing attacks to gauge awareness. That means when they're at work, just typing away, you send them all emails with links. If they click on those links, and if any of them click on those links, you know who did it, and you can bring them in for retraining. Because if they had done that in an actual phishing incident, then the entire network could have had a malicious file injected into it. Foster a security-oriented mindset in the company's culture. This means talking to people, training people, just keeping them aware so they don't completely destroy everything by being ignorant. Keeping people educated, keeping people focused and aware will prevent a lot of problems and will make your job a lot easier. Now let's go to the exam practice part. Remember, these questions could be on the exam. So let's get started. Question 1. Which of the following is an effective defense against social engineering attacks? Is it A, implementing a strong firewall on all employee devices? B, regularly training employees to recognize phishing attempts and suspicious behavior? C, encrypting all network traffic? Or D, using multi-factor authentication for all system logins? I'll give you a minute. It's B, regularly training your employees to recognize phishing attempts and suspicious behaviors. Remember, simulating phishing stuff and then just having training, orientation. That's really important to keep people on their toes. Question 2, which of the following is best practice for enhancing security awareness in an organization? A, conducting regular security awareness training for all employees. B, allowing employees to use weak passwords for convenience. C, encouraging users to share their password with their trusted colleagues. Or D, using the same password across multiple systems for simplicity. I'll give you a second. The answer is A, conducting regular security awareness training for all employees. If there's new employees or if people are forgetting and they're not paying attention, repetition is king. More security training is better than less security training. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we'll expand more on these social engineering topics. I'll see you in the next video.